Rebekah. This is Body Illumination, and today we are going to do a fun, fabulous flow that I think you will enjoy. We're going to work some arms and abs and also the backside. So get ready to enjoy. If you hadn't had a chance to subscribe, please press that subscribe button and the little bell so you'll get notified, and maybe give us a little thumbs up.
Breathe.
So get in a comfortable seat. We are going to start with a chant, pranayama, and setting an intention. And then it's such a beautiful day, we are going to go outside. So get your mat and a block or two if you have them.
Let's start with 3 ohms.
Let's take our hands to our heart center. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice today. So if you want to feel vibrant inside and out, if you want to illuminate from the inside out, or you want to feel peace and serenity, whatever that one thing is today, maybe you just want to feel a lot of space in your life, you want to feel a lot of calm and zen, whatever that is, close your eyes, feel it. What does it feel like to be abundant? What does it feel like to have flow and ease in your life? Find that one thing, and then I want you to feel that in your body. Now let your hands down onto your legs, palms up or palms down. You can take a mudra, whatever feels comfortable. We're going to do a round of Kapalabhati breathing. So you're going to inhale to a comfortable level. Exhale and breathe out. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, fill up about 85% this time. And we're going to begin skull shining breath. So short, sharp exhalations. I always think of a Cupid doll, and you're pushing, if you know what a Cupid doll is, you're pushing its belly up and in. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Focus your energy on the exhalation. See if you can do 10 rounds, take a break, maybe do 10 rounds of 10, that would be ideal, or maybe do just 1 round of 10, whatever works for you today. Now exhale, 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 empty out completely. Stay empty. Feel your spine getting long, lift, lift, and lengthen. And then release. Okay, let's come on forward onto our hands and knees.
Since it's such a beautiful day, we're going to take this outside. Okay, now let's move on to all fours, onto your hands and your knees. Try to stack the shoulders over your wrists and your hips right over your knees and round through the spine. And then extend, tuck the toes under, look up into the sky, and round. Nice exhale, scoop into the belly. Inhale, arching, look up, and again, round. Untuck the toes and find extension here. Tuck the toes, lift the heart, open. And then extend your legs back, press your hips up and back, connecting into that Ujjayi breathing. Inhale and exhale, the sound of the ocean. Inhale and exhale. Now look forward on either step or jump forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up, sweep the arms up, lift up nice and long. Maybe a little back bend if you'd like. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Tune back into that intention. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, bow. Now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Again, inhale, rise all the way up to stand, long through the spine. And then if you'd like to, again, a little back bend, standing back bend. Inhale, hands come to your heart, and exhale. Now stay here, and we're going to transition into some side bending. So stand up nice and tall, grab onto your right wrist. You're going to mirror me, and I want you to reach up and over and look at these arrows. You're side bending, but at the same time you're lifting, lengthening through those intercostals, and then open up the sides of the rib cage. Feel that stretch through the upper back. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, then inhale, lift up and over to the other side. Get long through both side bodies, even the side body that you're bending in. Keep that length through the side, open through the ribs, reach and stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back through to center, and exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhaling, reach up overhead. Exhale, dive down into the earth, and let's just step back into a high plank. And holding that high plank, slowly lower down all the way into the earth. Let's stay here for a moment. You're going to bring your forearms forward and lift your heart and your chest. Now look down your nose. Just a baby cobra here. Lower down, inhale, lift again, opening, and then lower yourself back down into the earth, nice and slow. Again, on the next inhale, let's lift up and lengthen. Now take the arms back. If you'd like to take a bind, open the heart up, open the chest up. Maybe start to lift your gaze if that feels appropriate. Okay, let's take 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale for 5. Inhale, exhale for 4. Inhale, exhale for 3. And then 2 more breaths. Again, you don't have to stay with my count. Just make sure you're taking those deep ujjayi breaths. And then when you're done, lower yourself down into the earth and take rest. Rest your head to one side. Okay, now let's come back up. Just prop yourself up onto your forearms and open the chest. Feel that heart energy just shining like the sunlight, pouring outward, inhaling and exhaling. It's so important to open the chest up with our lifestyles these days. Really essential to our practice. Now, just take your gaze over to one shoulder and then drop your head and look all the way over to the other shoulder. Come back through to center and do that again. Look over to the opposite shoulder, drop your head, and come all the way over to the opposite shoulder. Now just play with this, just gentle neck rolls from side to side. I want you to just improvise here to see what feels good, and if there's any tightness, maybe hold it a little bit longer. Feeling the stretch through the sides of your neck, your scalenes, and also the back side of your neck and into the shoulders. Then look from side to side a couple of times. Come back through to center. Lift up into a cobra or upward facing dog, and then press back downward facing dog. Now lift your right leg up and step it all the way through into a lunge. Drop your back knee. Pad that back knee if you'd like to. And check out your hips and your pelvis. Drop your tailbone down into the earth. Lift your navel up into the sky. Reach your arms up. Nice inhale here. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale again, then exhale, sweep the arms down and step your back foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Sweep the arms up into the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Okay, inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down into the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, step back into a high plank or just go into downward facing dog. So vinyasa here if you'd like to. Open the chest and then press back downward facing dog. If you want to, just stay in downward facing dog. Now the left leg lifts up, step that all the way through. Bend your back leg, pad the knee if you want. Come back up, again, lengthening through the torso, dropping your tailbone down. Find that placement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, then inhale, lift nice and long through the spine. On the exhale, take the hands into the earth, and then step your back leg forward to meet your front leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice breath, exhale, bow. Heel toe your feet open. Now we're going to come into a nice deep squat and do a deep chest and hip opener here. So in your squat, you can use a block or 2 blocks to support your hips if you'd like to. And that's a little bit more restorative and adds a little bit more assistance. But what you could do is, if your heels are lifted, if you roll up the edge of the mat, that's preferable. And then you can prop up the mat underneath your heels. If you don't need the mat or the blocks, then of course keep your feet on the floor, and you can open your legs up wider if need be. Okay, so if you're mirroring me, you're going to take your right arm in front of your right leg and then reach your left arm up into the sky. So you want to find that nice extension through the arms. The arms are nice and long and straight. Now stay with this, or if you want to, you can wrap that top arm around. And if you choose to, you can bend the bottom arm too and wrap or bind. You can also use a strap if you'd like to. And you're going to continue to look up and over your left shoulder, opening through the shoulder, opening through the heart. Find the Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then release the arms, take them back out, extend them long, and then reach them forward in front of you. And let's switch sides. So take the left arm in front of the left leg and reach the right arm into the sky. Feel that nice, delicious stretch. And if you choose to, you can take a bind here, wrapping the top arm around your backside and bending the bottom arm in. Ardha Pada Pavrita Malasana, half bound revolved garland pose. Okay, let's release the bind. If you're bound, release the arms forward. Either way, no matter where you are, take them forward and then lift your hips up and hang over your legs. Bend your knees subtly, maybe grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and come into a nice ragdoll pose. So bend your knees as much as you need to, rock from side to side, shake your head yes, shake your head no, maybe flubber your lips. And then what I'd like you to do is rock your weight from side to side. So bend one leg and press into that hip, and then bend the other leg and press into the other hip, and gently rock from side to side. Just take this as a little bit of an exploration. So bending one knee and pushing into the hip of the extended leg, and then switching sides, and hold each side a little bit longer depending upon where you feel the sensations. Using the breath to move through that region and see what's going on inside the hips, the back, the connective tissue on the outside of the hips, the hamstrings. Now heel toe your feet together, bend your knees, and then round through the spine as you inhale and come on up. Arching through the spine, open your chest, bend your knees, and slowly come on down. Again, rounding through the spine, come all the way up to stand, arch, and then come down nice and slowly. A big back bend, so it's like a moving cat-cow. Round through the spine, come all the way up. Feel that delicious stretch. And then arch and open, come all the way back down into the earth. Now set your hands into the earth, step back into a high plank. Again, coming into downward facing or moving through a vinyasa. And press back into downward facing. Take the left leg up into the sky, step it all the way forward, drop the back leg, reach the arms up into the sky. Now pause here for a moment. We're going to take a nice twist. Taking the right arm up into the sky, reach up, 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 open the right side and twist over to your left side, taking the elbow to the outside of your thigh and then taking your left hand on top of your right hand, reaching your heart up towards your hands. Connecting in with the breath, inhale, lengthen through the spine, exhale and spiral and twist. Now if you want to open the arms up like wings, you can set the bottom arm down and find a block for your hand and take the top arm up. Now transitioning into a balance. You're going to basically make a shelf with your arms, so take both hands down into the earth and bend your elbows back just like you would when you're going through a vinyasa. And then lower the outside of your left thigh on top of the shelf. Ekapada Koundinyasana 1. If you're in that arm balance, you're going to come on out of the arm balance and extend the arms back out, or take the hands back to the heart center. Then let's spiral open into warrior 2, facing the other direction. Then inhale, take it up and back, reversing it. And exhale, inhale, come back up, and then straighten that leg. Let's change sides. So turn your feet and let's reverse that warrior again. And then circle the arms down into the earth, step back into a high plank, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing, open the heart. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana, step back, downward facing dog. And we're moving toward the other side where we'll do another variation of crow pose on this side. Now let's take the right leg up into the sky, step it all the way through, bend the back leg, drop the knee, inhale, get long, nice and long, reach up, and we're going to take that twist again. Left side gets long, twisting, bringing the elbow to the outside of your thigh, press your hands together, lift your heart up to your hands, bring your gaze up, inhale and exhale here. Again, those variations and the options are open, so you can stay with this, or you can extend the arms open like two wings, pressing one hand into the block on the earth or onto the floor, and then extend the top arm. You can open up that back leg too, stretch the back knee off the earth if you'd like to. Soften your gaze, your drishti, connecting in with the ujjayi breath, inhaling, feel the spine get longer, and exhale, spiral. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that option of the balance. So set both hands down into the earth, solid through the hands, spreading energy through your fingertips, and just bend your elbows back just like you would if you were going through a vinyasa. So the elbows move backward, and then that right outer thigh just rests on top of it. Bring your gaze over towards your right foot. So let's transition out of this arm balance. If you're in it, set your feet down and spiral open into warrior 2. And these poses are more of transitional poses. Inhale, reach that left arm up and back, reversing your warrior. Change the direction of your warrior 2. Inhale, reach up and back, and exhale, then spiral the arms back down into the earth. Step back into a high plank and vinyasa. Inhale, open the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're playing with holding on, and letting go throughout this practice. Okay, now we're moving and we're floating forward into a high plank. You're going to lower yourself all the way down into the earth, and from here press your forearms into the floor and lift yourself up, gazing down your nose. And then if you'd like to transition on, you can take your arms behind you, press your hands into a fist, or you could use a strap, lift and open the heart, and now lift the legs up too. Keep engaging your legs so that your knees lift off the floor, but at the same time, try not to tighten and squeeze through the butt too much so that your tailbone has somewhere to go as you back bend. And keep lifting and opening through the front side of your body. Keep your gaze on the floor just in front of you so that your neck stays in a neutral position and you're not cranking on it. Okay, and gently melt down and release this. Now, moving on, we're going to take the right arm down and place it underneath your forehead. Palm is down. Left arm extends out in front of you. And then you're going to gently lift through the left arm and the right leg. And just lengthen. Feel that nice diagonal stretch. Breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And then lower down. And we're going to switch sides. So set it up. Extend the right arm and the left leg. Lift and lengthen. Again, a nice diagonal stretch. Lengthen and breathe. And lower yourself down into the earth. Now place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift yourself up into upward facing, and then press back, downward facing dog. Okay, now let's step through or jump through. You're going to end up on your back side, and then you're going to press your feet into the floor, bending your knees, and coming up into a bridge pose. So with bridge, I'd like to lift the hips up and then tuck through the tail and lengthen through the lower back, and then come all the way up into your bridge. And stay with the breath. Maybe press your hands together into a fist if you'd like to, or you can reach towards your heels. Setu Bandhasana. Setu, like a dam or a bridge, and Bandha is a lock. And then lower yourself back down into the earth. Now grab onto your blocks. We're going to take our blocks and make this into a more restorative variation. You're going to take the block underneath your pelvis, and you can take it up on the low side or the high side depending upon what feels appropriate for you. If you choose to, you can just take another bridge without the support of the block. This is all about you. This is your time. Focus your breath, training the body, feeding your spirit. Feel the heart opening. And if you come up against a block, remember we're all in this together, and use the energy of your fellow yogis and yoginis all over the planet who are watching this video and overcome your thoughts. That's all they are, thoughts. And see if you can play with your edge. Okay, so let's remove the block. If you want to, you can stay with the block. And we're going to come back up into one more, either a wheel, or you can come up into bridge again. And you decide. When you're ready, take your hands by your ears and come all the way up. Or if you choose to, come back into another bridge. And breathe. Take about 5 breaths. Nice inhale and exhale. Try to stretch out that exhalation. And then when you're ready, come on down into the earth and take rest. Bring the soles of the feet together, splay the knees open, Supta Baddha Konasana. And as I'm demonstrating, you can support your legs with blocks under each knee if you'd like to. Then guide your knees in towards your chest, grab onto your big toes in a yogic toe lock, or you can grab the outside or the inside of your feet and come into happy baby. And then if you'd like to, play with extending those legs. Maybe extend one or the other or both. Okay, now bend your knees, grab onto the backs of your legs, and start to rock and roll the length of your mat. We're going to do this a couple of times, and you're going to come on up, and we're going to go right into crow pose, bakasana. So if you are familiar with crow and you want to, you can rock up and go right into the posture. I'm going to break it down a little bit. So use blocks. I like to use blocks if you are trying to get some height and you don't feel like you're getting height. Place your hands on the blocks and then take your knees as high up into your arms as you can, right into the armpits. Get them really high up. You can use a pillow if you have some fear that you might fall. Your gaze is going forward. Your back's rounding and your intercostal muscles are lifting and holding your legs up. Get your knees up as high in the arms as you can get them. And your elbows are in line with your wrists. So you're bending your elbows back just like you do when you go through chaturanga. So to try to keep that straight line from the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists, a nice beautiful plumb line. Fingers, particularly the tips and the roots of the fingers, are firmly plugged into the ground. When you bring your gaze up, when you bring your head up, that's going to balance you from falling forward. Now you can also practice this and take your hands down and place a foot on a block behind you, and then just lift one leg and then lift the other. So just practice the posture with your hands down, your knees as high up as you can get them, and just balance one foot up off the block and place it down, and then the other foot up. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to come onto all fours, and you're going to lift your left arm up into the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, thread that arm through underneath your right arm, all the way through. Then the right arm lifts up into the sky, and rest the side of your head into the earth. Breathing in as you open the shoulders and stretch the spine, and exhale, let it go. Let's switch sides. Reach your right arm up into the sky and thread it all the way through behind the left arm. Come on down. Stay and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. That should feel really good. Reach the arm back up and take both hands down into the earth. Now moving into a simple cat-cow, round through the spine and extend through the spine. Then step back into a high plank, lower down, low plank, come back up, and do that again. Lower down, low plank, and come back up. And then press back into your knees for a moment. Widen your arms, and we're going to do just 5 push-ups. So your traditional push-ups, take your arms about the width of your mat. Fingertips can face in a little bit more if you want to work your triceps. Fingertips face forward more if you want to work more of your chest. Okay, so press back, come onto your knees, and then let's open the chest, coming into a camel pose or a variation. Take your arms behind you, squeeze your palms together. Lift your heart open, feel that heart shining forward. Okay, now release that, come on forward onto your hands and knees, and then step back into a high plank. We're doing some core, so you're going to go over onto your left side, almost like you're going to a side plank, but keep both hands down, bend your knees and extend, and bend your knees and extend, and bend your knees and extend. Keep pulling in the navel in towards your spine, bend your knees and extend, and then come back to center. Switching sides, go over onto your right hip, keep the hands down, and same thing, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend. Come back to center. Press back into downward facing dog, and you are either going to step or jump forward. We are moving into Uttanasana, firefly pose. And we are going to do Koundinyasana A from the Ashtanga series, the second series. So it's an intermediate series. Some would consider this an advanced arm balance, but I think you can definitely give this a go and try this. If you know it, you can go right into it. We are doing A, not B. We'll save that for another day. Okay, so we're coming down into a simple squat now, into Malasana pose. And then you're going to lift your hips up and take your hands directly behind your heels. Palms spreading wide, energy spreading through your fingertips, very important. Your hands are lined up with your heels. And it is much easier to learn it with the blocks at first. Now I'm demonstrating how this would work with the blocks. And the blocks help you because it gets you higher up. So you take the hands on top of the blocks just like they were before. And then you just take your legs inward. So your tailbone rounds. Squeeze your outer thighs inward, very important. And then you bring your gaze upward, your chin upward, your collarbones broaden. And if you want to, you can stay here and cross your ankles. That's insect pose. Or you start to extend through the legs and the arms at the same time. So your hips are just swinging on the arms. You can try a variation by extending one leg and balancing, and then the other leg and balancing. So you can play with your balance. You're using a lot of your core strength, Mula Bandha here. And then when you feel up to it, you extend both legs and you sparkle and shine. Once you get into any variation, whatever it is for you, for the full expression of the pose or a variation of that, start with the breath and see if you can do 5 Ujjayi breaths. And if breaking this down like this worked for you, then comment below. If you have access to the comments, comment below on this video and put firefly, so I will know that this is working for you. If you want to see the next firefly B, then comment that below also. So we're working with our inner thigh strength, and we're opening up the shoulders. We're strengthening our wrists and our arms here. And this is a great way to change your perspective on things, which is probably the most important part of it. Your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly. Transitioning from this, let's just stay forward in a forward fold, uttanasana, and move into baddha uttanasana. Bend your knees slightly if you need to. And then reach your left arm across, grab onto your right ankle, take your right arm up into the sky, and then continue to reach around and thread that left arm through your legs to wrap and bind, and start to twist open. Keep reaching your sitting bones towards the sky and deepen your breath. So let's start to release, hang forward, and we're going to switch sides. So take your left arm up into the sky, reach your right arm across, grab onto your left leg, and twist. Feel that nice, delicious twist. Keep lengthening through the side bodies as you bend, and then reach the arm up and around and thread that right arm through. And continue to spiral open, inhaling and exhaling. And if you don't come into a bind, that's fine. Just let the hands lie where they fall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Good. Now let's release this back down into the earth. Just hang forward into a nice deep forward fold, hinging from the hips, shaking your head yes and shaking your head no. Now from here, just come on down, squat right down, have a seat, pull your knees in towards your chest. Then we're going to float up into a boat pose. So take your arms forward, lift your legs up. You can hold on to the back of the legs if you need to, inhaling and exhaling. And then come on down onto your backside. Now from there, open up your legs and take your arms through your legs. And we're going to gently do a little more core. Inhaling, exhale, lift. Curl your head upward and connect the movement with your breath. Exhale and squeeze, and inhale, lengthen. Inhale, exhale, lift. Support your head if you need to. Inhale, exhale, lift up and hold. Tuck the tail under. Again, inhale, exhale, lift, and lower it down into the earth. Nicely done. Rock up to a seated posture. Bring the soles of your feet together. Baddha Koundinyasana. Stay here. Support your knees if you need to, and fold forward. Let yourself take a nice big sigh. And soften here. Maybe prop up your forehead on a block or come all the way down into the earth. Now gently press yourself up to a seated posture, and we're going to come onto our back. You can rock your legs from side to side, take a quick twist. I just want you to feel any posture that is calling you to go ahead and do that now, and then move into final relaxation. And as we approach our Shavasana, I want you to think about the analogy of water and how our minds are sometimes cloudy and there's bubbles and ripples, and that's okay. But now it's time for the quiet and the calm, and let that embrace you. Begin to deepen your breath, wiggle your fingers, your toes, tune back into your intention. Maybe let out a sigh. Pull your knees in towards your chest, roll over to one side. Come back up to a seated posture. Let's tune back into our intention and close with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om.
Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the flow. Check out our website at bodyillumination.com. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And you'll get notified of our next upcoming video. Have a fabulous day and namaste.